On June 1st, 2026, LEGO released a new creator 3-in-1 pirate ship, just months after retiring the previous one, a set that had been sailing on store shelves since 2020. In my first impression, the new ship looks almost identical to the one that just left the market. So, what was the point? Does the new model bring something the old one was missing? Or is it simply a downgrade of an already pretty decent pirate ship? In this video, we will take a closer look at the newest model and we will put it side by side with its predecessor to find out whether this is an upgrade or a step backwards. The iconic pirate ship, that's the official name of the new LEGO Creator 3-in-1 set number 31387. It's a 9+ set with 1074 pieces, retailing at $109.99. The previous pirate ship, set 31109, offered 1,264 pieces at $119.99. Now, if we look at the price per piece metric, the new ship comes in at around 10.2 cents per piece, while the old one sat at about 9.5. Less than a cent of a difference, which may sound like nothing, right? But if the new set had kept the old ratio, it would retail at around $102 instead. That said, sets can't be judged brick by brick alone. The new one includes 4 minifigures instead of 3, and pieces come in all shapes and sizes. So treat this metric as a hint, not as the one and only truth. Let's take a closer look at the main model, the pirate ship itself. When we put them next to each other, the new ship is roughly the same length, but it's visibly smaller overall and significantly slimmer. 4 stats slimmer to be exact. But when it comes to play features, and yes, we need to remember this is first and foremost a model designed for play, both ships offer nearly the same options. At the front, we have a working anchor that can be dropped and winched back up. The main deck now has 2 levels thanks to this 8x8 plate with a grill. Down in the lower deck, there are 2 shooting cannons firing through the gun ports. One thing to be aware of, because of the reduced width, you can't add extra cannons and you can't place these 2 on opposite gun ports in the same row. They only fit on the opposite sides if you stagger them, one in the front row and one in the back. On the old ship, that side-by-side placement was possible even if it made actually firing them less convenient. The narrower hull also makes reaching into the lower deck a bit more fiddly. Smaller hands won't mind, but adults will find the old ship more comfortable in that regard. The lower deck does fit a standing minifigure, though it's not tall enough to close the main deck above them. Moving to the back, we have the captain's cabin, accessible from both sides, exactly like on the old ship. Inside, there's a desk and the captain's chair. Above it sits the quarterdeck with the ship's wheel, and there's noticeably less room here than on the old ship, whose quarterdeck even had space for a treasure chest. The new ship still includes 1 treasure chest, but it's hidden in a secret compartment behind the rudder below the lower deck. Both ships carry 2 masts with brick-built sails, 8 shrouds, and a crow's nest on top of the main mast. Some people complain that this ship has no fabric sails, no molded steering wheel, none of the classic elements we remember from the old LEGO pirate sets like the Imperial flagship. But that comparison misses the point. This is a Creator 3-in-1 set, and these sets have never used fabric sails or molded animals. Almost everything is brick built by design, because every single piece has to serve 3 different models. And of course, the main model comes with a sea creature. Previously it was a brick-built shark and a parrot roughly the size of a chicken. This time we get the genuinely impressive octopus with a posable tentacles. Let's talk about the crew. The new pirate ship comes with 4 minifigures and 1 skeleton. That's 1 more minifigure than the old set. Better yet, all of them come with newly designed torsos, and that's always good news for the LEGO Pirates theme. The captain takes a different approach this time. The old captain was a classic LEGO pirate captain, clearly inspired by the all-time great Captain Redbird. The new one keeps the wooden leg, pretty much a mandatory element for any pirate captain, but pairs it with a brand new red torso. A very nice one and quite a universal one too. I could easily see it on an admiral of the Imperial Guards, for example. There's also a new hat with a fresh skull print and a single-sided head with an evil mustache. You know, the kind of mustache that immediately tells you that this is a really bad person. The sailor comes with a new blue-striped torso featuring an octopus emblem on the back. It's a nice addition to the theme, but also a limiting one. The old, more generic red-striped torso lets you build an entire crew of sailors. Swap the face, swap the legs, done. With this one, I just don't see a crew of, for example, 5 sailors all sharing the exact same chest tattoo. One sailor like this feels natural, 5 feels a bit awkward. Beyond the sailor, we get 2 female crew members. The first one has a real fearless adventurer vibe. Both the torso and the legs carry detailed new prints, and I can see these elements customizing plenty of other characters. The necklace suggests a seafaring adventurer, but honestly, this torso would work just as well in castle or fantasy themes. The last crew member wears a black tank top with a bandana, plus a very nice belt with a huge pirate-style buckle. Another torso with strong custom minifigure potential and one that works for both female and male characters. And last but not least, one skeleton, the exact same one as in the old set. Now, while I genuinely enjoy these new minifigures and it's great to see fresh designs in the LEGO Pirates theme, I do wish the older, more classic elements were still available in the regular LEGO distribution. I like their classic vibe a bit more, and being more generic, they gave you more options for assembling a larger pirate crew. The new ones are more individualistic with stronger character, and that's great for one individual character. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. Do you agree, or am I missing something important here? I would love to hear your take. Since we're talking about Creator 3-in-1 sets, it's worth mentioning what the alternative builds have to offer. With the previous pirate ship, the second build was the Pirates Inn, a very classic, good-looking tavern, one I wouldn't resist putting on my display shelf. The third option was Skull Island, an adventure-oriented build with a beautifully designed Skull Cave entrance. It felt a bit empty on its own, but I'd love to see it dropped into a larger diorama. The newest pirate ship offers a different pair. The second build is the Pirate Castle. I haven't built it yet, but judging from the official pictures, it feels a bit tiny. Maybe it looks better in real life, so I will have to give it a try one day. The third option is the twin ships, 2 small vessels made for competitive play. I like the idea a lot, and I have a real respect for the designers coming up with these concepts from a single pile of bricks. Now let's go back to the main model, because there are 3 things I really dislike about this new pirate ship. First, it simply feels too downscaled and too slim. Looking at the quarterdeck and the captain's cabin exteriors, the previous pirate ship was just better designed. The colors, the shape, the width, the lanterns, the decorations, everything looked better on the old one. Second, the pirate skull on the mainsail. The new one looks just awful. I understand the sail got narrower and something had to change, but I honestly can't understand how this design got approved. The old skull wasn't perfect either, but it looks 10 times better. And third, the new model is missing stays, those ropes running between the masts. I know nothing about actual ship construction, and maybe this is perfectly fine from a naval perspective, but it just looks odd. On top of that, the rear shrouds feel misplaced. The ones at the very back put unnecessary pressure on the side of the quarterdeck. The old ship was missing one rope too, between the front mast and the bowsprit, but somehow it still looked more natural. So let's wrap it up. Is the new set better than the previous one? In my opinion, no. And I wish the old one was still on the market. Some third-party retailers may still have it in stock, so if you can find it for around $120 to $125, I would consider that option over the new one. Alternatively, hunt for the best possible deal on the new set. Here in Poland, I can already find it for the equivalent of around $80 US. And if you are thinking about buying one for children, you honestly can go wrong either way. 4 minifigures, a skeleton, an octopus, and all those play features will keep them happy. Not to mention that both the old and the new Creator 3-in-1 pirate ships deliver a genuinely good building experience. And one more thing, would you be interested in a mock that combines 2 copies of the iconic pirate ship, or maybe one that merges the old and the new ship into one larger vessel? Let me know in the comments below and share your thoughts on the new set while you're there. Are you planning to get it? Maybe you already did. I'm looking forward to reading your comments. If you haven't seen it yet, check out my speed-built stop-motion animation of the iconic pirate ship. It's a great way to see what the building experience of this set really feels like. Also, don't forget to like, hype if you're watching early on mobile, and subscribe for more LEGO reviews and stop-motion animations. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.